Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right, here with another episode 6 of why I had to leave this beautiful woman. Last episode, she was mad at me because I forgot to remind her to take the chicken out of the freezer when she forgot to. And she didn't speak to me for 2 days over it. And here we are again with her being mad at me. And this episode is called The 12 Midnight Phone Call. It was Saturday evening and my woman, her 8-year-old daughter, and myself were watching movies in the living room until about 10:30. Well, her daughter fell asleep, so she got her up and took her to the bedroom and put her in the bed. She came back in the living room and laid on top of me and started kissing me. Well, you know what happened after that. Afterwards, we both fell asleep on the floor. Later, I was awakened by a ringing phone. I looked at the clock and it was 12 midnight. I answered and it was my old drinking buddy, Don. Before I left home, me and Don used to hang out whenever we had a chance. We played music, drank, ate, and talked all night. Don informed me that my brother was there. He called him and told him to come hang out with him so he can show him how me and him used to do it. I took the phone into the bedroom and I closed the door so I wouldn't awaken her. I could tell they were both pretty buzzed and having a good time. I talked quietly with them for about 5 minutes. Why are you talking so low? He asked. Everyone's asleep in the house and I don't want to wake them up. Oh, okay, but we don't want to hold you from your quality time. Hey, don't be a stranger, dude. All right, talk to you later, man. I whispered and I hung up the phone. And just as I opened the bedroom door, here she comes, walking past me to the bathroom, rolling her eyes. I didn't say a word. She took a shower and got into bed. I went and took a shower after her and I got into bed. And just as I laid my head on the pillow, "Tell your friends don't be calling here at 12 o'clock at midnight anymore," she said with a stank attitude. They didn't know we were asleep, and they probably thought I was still living in the dorm. See, I gave them my change of phone number, but I don't think I remember telling them that I lived in an apartment with her. "I don't care. Tell your friends don't be calling here at 12 o'clock at night anymore." Keep in mind, I'm a grown man, and she talking to me like she thinks she talking to her child. Now, I can understand her being upset if this was a recurring thing, but this was the first time it ever happened, so nothing should have been said. Now, keep in mind, I was in Tampa, and Tampa is an hour ahead of Chicago, so in Chicago, it was 11 p.m. I let her have it. "Who the hell you think you talking to?" I said kind of loud. They didn't know we were asleep. How many people in their 20s are asleep on a Saturday evening at 11 p.m. anyway? Before you and I started seeing each other, we'd just be walking in the club at this time. And that was only a few months ago. Now all of a sudden you acting like somebody's grandmother. Then I heard a loud, high-pitched voice yell, "Stop fighting! You guys are always fighting!" It was her daughter yelling from her bedroom. See, you starting this nonsense that got me raising my voice and woke her up. I'm going outside to smoke a cigarette. I threw on some clothes, grabbed my cigarettes, my lighter, my keys, and I went out to the car to smoke a cigarette and calm down. This is ridiculous. 1 minute we're making love, the next I'm ready to choke this woman out. I'm seriously getting sick of this. A few babyface slow songs and 2 cigarettes later, I headed back up the stairs to the apartment. I stuck my key in and unlocked the door. I pushed the door open, only to find out this heifer put the chain on the door. Now I know she heard me say I was going out to smoke a cigarette. She's just doing this to completely piss me off. Either way, I have my wallet on me. I closed the door, I locked it, I got in the car, and I drove to the barracks on base. When I got there, people were everywhere. They were having some type of party. Mick, who lived next door to my dorm room, saw me. "What's up, Raulh? What the hell you doing here, married man?" Man, she pissed me off again. I had to get the hell out of there before I hurt her. "Oh man, don't even worry about it. Hang out with us. You know your roommate shipped off to Iraq last week, so your room is empty." No, I didn't know that. Man, talk about perfect timing. And I got my room key too. See, when you're assigned to a room on base and you move off base on your own, they have to keep your room available for you. So Mick handed me a beer and I partied with them all night long.
I keep it all original because I'm so West Coast. From FynestLyk, Daytona's on the 6th floor.
I woke up Sunday in my old bed in my dorm room with a hangover. Fortunately for me, I left some clothes in my locker for just an occasion. I took a shower, got dressed, and headed to the chow hall for a meal. The chow hall was empty on Sundays, which was perfect, seeing that I had some serious thinking I needed to do. So nobody was there to start talking to me and interrupt my thinking process. The whole 40 minutes I was sitting there eating alone, all that was going through my mind was how great things would be if she would stop being angry about every little thing. The household ran great. I loved her daughter and her daughter loved me. Everything that needed to be done got done. She was ruining what would be a perfect relationship. Now my question is, should I go back? All day Sunday, I stayed in my dorm room. I didn't even bother calling her to tell her where I was so pissed. That night, I tossed and turned. Every time I would fall asleep, I'd wake right back up. And wouldn't you know it, when I finally fell asleep good, it was time to get up. If this situation bothered me this much, then there's no need for me to stay in it. This woman was robbing me of my peace. So I decided that Monday morning, I was going to get my stuff from the apartment as soon as she left to go to work. And that's exactly what I did. I got to the parking lot of our apartment complex about 5 minutes before she came out to get in the car and go to work. I parked down on the other end of the parking lot so she wouldn't see my car. She got in the car with her daughter, right on schedule, and drove away. I went in the apartment and started packing my clothes into the car. Once I was done with the clothes, I grabbed my TV and my stereo. Next thing I knew, I had stuffed everything in my car. I took the apartment key off the ring, left it on the dining room table with a note that read, "I deserve better. I'm leaving you for me." I drove back to the base, and after dropping everything off in my room, I had just enough time to get dressed and go to work. Even though my heart was broken, I still had a sense of peace. When I get off work, I don't have to tiptoe around this crazy woman, knowing that any moment, anything I say can transform her into the Wicked Witch of the West.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too.
I can stay out as late as I want and do whatever I want. The only downside was her 8-year-old daughter. She was probably not going to understand why I had to leave. Whether it was permanent or temporary, a child's logic is just stop fighting. In a sense, I too had the logic of a child. Just stop fighting. Unfortunately, the woman I'm dealing with was not equipped with that same logic. I didn't want to talk to her for at least 2 to 3 days. Hell, that's what she did to me every time she started tripping. So I'll give her the opportunity to see what it feels like. I worked in an airplane hangar inspecting F-16 fighter jets. We had an office with a phone that we were allowed to use whenever we wanted to. Unfortunately, it became a disadvantage for me. While I was inspecting the jet, one of my coworkers informed me that I had a phone call. I knew who it was. See, I never get phone calls here on Mondays because I haven't ordered any parts for this jet yet. As much as I wanted to leave her just waiting on the phone without answering, I couldn't leave the phone off the hook. Someone may need to use it. Then I thought, let's get this over with. I picked up the phone. Sergeant Raulh Bowling, speaking, may I help you? Hey, it's me. She said, sounding pitiful. Hey, can we talk? Oh, now you want to talk. That's funny, because when we're in the same house, you act like you can't talk for days on end. Now that I've taken a drastic measure, now you want to talk. Unbelievable. Okay, talk. I'm sorry. Of course you are, I said sarcastically. I deserve that. When you get off, can you stop by so we can talk this through? No, I don't want to talk to you or see you for a while. This part of your personality, I have to decide whether I want to deal with you and your mood swings. As a matter of fact, don't call me, I'll call you. Goodbye. And I hung up the phone. Now, this was Monday, and I didn't hear from her for the rest of the week. And I got some peace. Until. Join me on the next episode when you'll see the extremes this woman went through trying to get me to come back. And I call the next episode, The Chase. Man, you would have thought I was the most richest, most handsomest man walking the earth the way she came after me trying to get me to come back to the apartment. Like I said at the end of the last episode, ladies, don't think for a second a man won't leave you when he's telling you that he's getting tired of your ways. Because if he has to choose between you and his peace, he will choose his peace every time. Hey, somebody had to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.